You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, January 15th. Good morning, Emil.
Hey, good morning, man.
Good morning, Kendall.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Oh, my God. We got a great show lined up for you today. Not only are we giving away tickets all morning long, and that is including tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, tickets for 9 Inch Nails.
I want those.
Yeah,
just give them to me and just be quiet about it.
Yeah, all right. So that's coming up at 7 o'clock. And tickets to Five Finger Death Punch before they go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. That's the listener bait. But on top of that, in our podcast broadcast, we got a stacked punk rock edition of our podcast broadcast. First, starting things off with Robbie from Playboy Manbaby. They just released a brand new album, which is my personal favorite album of the year so far, called Violence. And then after that, we're talking to a legitimate icon in Peaches who has new music. Both these artists going to be coming to perform in Tucson here soon. So we're going to be catching up with them and going down the rabbit hole. And to have this best, spread of awareness as we want to kind of share our passion for these artists with other people. Kendall came in and tried to ensure that we were shadow banned by the internet government so no one would see it with a very spectacular, sparkly shirt, which I thought was fascinating. It was the FUUFF.
Yeah, it's in sequins, all glitter.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And it pops. It pops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
I put on my sweater now, and I feel like I got punched in the gut, but I had to change it. But I understand. I get, like I was just telling Emil, you gotta play the game, right?
Play the game. I'll tell you what you can do though, and this will work out good when we talk with Peaches, and it's towards the tail end of our podcast, and we already got reach and whatnot. Then you could do the unveiling and be able to show off, the shirt. I'm sure you wore in honor of her.
Yeah, my whole outfit, I was really channeling Peaches.
Yeah,
like I was doing
She does this.
I know, I do this.
I've noticed this. It's all right, though. It's all right. It's like wearing the band's shirt to the concert.
Yeah. She did that when we had New Dysphoria in. She wore the shirt when New Dysphoria was in. It was a big deal.
I don't know. It's a chick thing. I like to, there's a special occasion. You got to dress appropriately for special occasions. You guys do that.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, we are dressed for special occasions.
This is it. This is my wedding attire right here. Okay,
exactly.
I was gonna say, well, yeah, for special occasions for you guys, it's like holidays,
Yeah, I mean, a special occasion. Should I put my hat forward? That's the only change I would do.
Right.
Yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, you look fantastic, and I just wanted to make sure that we don't get banned by the shadow government that is, with the internet being so weird when it comes to all their rules and their reactions and things like that. And we're all just part of the game. But the thing is, it just makes sense that that's weird. And that government for the internet is weird because we just live in a weird time in society and rules that you would think we were like, oh, this makes sense. But then it just doesn't. So here's an example. I'm going to give you, no one's really talking about this, but this is a news story that's coming out of Texas. Now, when you think Texas, and the right to bear arms, right? What do you think? I mean, that's the freest state when it's like stand your ground and everything, right?
It means just you have your guns and show them off and just live your best 2A life,
Yeah. So you would think, right? But there is a man who has been booked and charged for murder, all right, after an armed intruder broke into his house and he shot that armed intruder.
I've read about these things happening a couple times over the past few years, to be honest. And it's very concerning because it's like, I know Texas is I think castle doctrine state where it's like you have the right to just pop somebody who's breaking into your house or on your property.
Right.
I know Arizona is. I'm guessing Texas is.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, like what are you supposed to do? Just let this dude like F you up?
Yeah, and kill you?
Kill you? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
What happened?
Okay, this happened in Texas.
Yeah.
So what they basically say here is this man, Jose Flores, I believe is his name. He was at home. Joel Adrian Flores. and his girlfriend or wife, 40-year-old, was just standing outside the home, right? Well, that's when the police arrived, but they were inside the house when an armed intruder came in and broke into his house. It was a 36-year-old dude named Philip. Okay, and when he confronted this armed intruder inside his house, he shot him and he killed him. But investigators found that Joel, who was armed, that Philip, who was armed, forced his way into the home and then was shot by Florence, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. It's as clear as day. But the thing that's confusing me and making me trip up over everything is that then the police department determined there was probable cause to charge the homeowner with murder. And detectives obtained a murder warrant for Joel, and he was arrested on Saturday and booked into the detention center. Now, it's unclear whether the two knew each other, but does that even matter? No. If you're at home and an armed intruder breaks into your home, is that not
if this is like the full story and that we're not missing anything, he's in his total right to do this. And I'm going to say this is going to be thrown out in court, depending on the jury or the justice.
The Texas jury, I think a Texas jury would be like, you stood your ground, right?
Yeah, I would imagine
in that situation. So. But see, this is how murky everything is all the way through. And it's like, even in a state like Texas, you would think they teach you this in second grade, about the Second Amendment. And they are so gun lustful, right? They love their guns in Texas, right? And all over the country, we love our guns, right? But in Texas, for sure, they might as well put them on the flag. So in this scenario, this is a guy who's home with his girlfriend or his wife, right? An armed intruder, whether he knew him or not. Right. And it was a dispute, whether it was me and you, right? And then you're like, you know what? F that beef guy. I'm going to break into his house with a gun.
And he can't do anything to me. Wrong.
Right. Wrong. It's so odd. What?
I was going to say that, taking it at face value, what Emil said, it's like, okay, closed case, you're defending your home and your person, but if he knew the guy, what if he's just drunk and I miss my buddy, I want to come hang out or something?
Don't come over with a gun.
Yeah, don't try to break in. Knock on the front door like a civilized human being. You're in Texas.
Yeah, dude. I don't care if it's my mom. If you sneak in through the back door, you might get shot.
It's happening.
That's just because that's the law. Yeah. That's the law,
Right.
Sorry, Mom.
Well,
knock next time. Jesus. All right. Well, it is weird. So even in Texas, you can't get away with that stuff. So, but the reality is, when it comes to the rules, they're constantly changing a little bit. So just tread carefully.
And choosing who it applies to.
Yeah.
Not all right.
Right. So that was our top story, but we have a lot of different stories to get into today. And of course, a lot of fun and ticket giveaways. So, let's just get right into it. We got your Morning Mark coming up after music for Five Finger Death Punch, which we will be giving away tickets for Five Finger Death Punch in the 8 o'clock hour today. So mark that and give.
Spent $7,000 on a self-defense class to protect the $7 in your wallet.
Position.
Break into your house. They want to steal your family photographs. That's a fact. Do you know your enemy? Are the people who make less money than you, are they your enemy? Are the people who worship a different God, are they your enemy? Or is it the people who profit off of human suffering? Criminals!
right, there you go. That was Criminals by Playboy Manbaby, who's going to be our guest here momentarily as soon as Robbie wakes his ass up. We're live here on the podcast broadcast. So we got Robbie Pfeffer from Playboy Manbaby joining us here in the first part of the podcast broadcast. Then we're going to be joined by a legend and icon in Peaches. And Peach is going to be performing at La Rosa, so that's a big deal as well. Peaches, her biggest song that you probably heard and recognize is Fuck the Pain Away. And I can say that here because we're on a stream just now.
Realized that. I was like, oh, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
You can't do that.
Did I say Rock 1 2.1? I did not. That's the cue as to know when, we are on the air. So, yeah. And we are going to tread carefully. I've already hit the dump button a couple times. And as Brian pointed out, not successfully.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, little things slip out. You have to have a certain amount of people complaining what you're doing to even get in notice. And I think the FCC is, as long as I'm not saying anything negative against the, the king, then I think we're good. You know what I mean? So, what's a little thing? I think I know a way out of getting fined by the FCC. I just
find a loophole.
Yeah. I could just
bat your eyelashes,
kiss my ass a little, or kiss ass a little bit, and like Griff be like, hey guy, and then I hear it is a theory amongst a few that if you compliment, then you kind of get into good graces or something.
Yeah, we should test it out a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to get fired from my bosses, so I'll try not to push the envelope too much, but. Yeah, so that video, Criminals, which obviously Playboy Manbaby put out, that song actually came out on an EP. Now, that song is included on the album Violence, and I think it was a good idea of them to include that single on that album because the album itself from beginning to end is just so great, and Criminals does fit really well. And I recorded that song live at the Rialto when I saw them play it for my first time hearing it. And I was just like, oh, blown away. In fact, actually, when I made that sizzle reel, I put it on there. Shmonty, my good buddy Shmonty, became a fan. He knew, he remembered me talking up Playboy Manbaby so much over the years. Mm-hmm. And then he saw that reel and he's like, oh, shit, okay, like maybe they're the real deal. And then he went down the rabbit hole. And now he's a massive fan. And when they toured in his area in D.C., he went out, got a babysitter, went out and saw them. Yeah.
That's cool.
And loved the band. How long have you loved Peaches there, Miss Kendall?
Since middle school, which sounds silly, but like this really, especially, we're not on air, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck the Pain Away. I mean, I just cannot imagine any millennial.
You just
not
made it creepy now.
Song.
And I don't want to know about middle school Kendall being like, F the pain away. Come on.
I know.
Now.
And of course, at the time,
it's a good grown up song.
It's funny, right? And then over time, it grows into something different. And you realize.
A little darker.
Yeah, you realize
it's adulthood right there.
It's a breakup song.
It's grown up right there.
Yeah, just like everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I was listening to Marilyn Manson in like 5th grade, so come on. So,
I know.
That's just...
And look, and I'm right there. Like when I get introduced to music in adolescence, all the like hardcore songs are the ones I gravitated to most because of all the curse words. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. We're back on the air here as we get ready for our guest who is joining us right now remotely, and good timing for that of Robbie. Let me reintroduce to you. The man, the myth, the legend, okay? He goes by Spaceman Bob, as a lot of people know him as Spaceman Bob, but he's also the lead singer of Playboy Manbaby. They just put out an album that is considered my favorite album right now, 2026. And I know it's only 15 days into it, but I've been seeing other people echo those sentiments. And it really is one of those albums that every artist aspires to put out. And that's a timeless record. And I really consider this album, Violence, as timeless as can be. Please welcome Robbie to the podcast broadcast. Can you hear us? And then can we hear you? I haven't tested anything out yet.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, absolutely. I appreciate that. I appreciate the praise. I see the payola is paying off, You got to keep those palms greased. But no, thank you very much. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, in this situation, Robbie, I've known you long enough that I would not blow smoke. And, as soon as, obviously I was anticipating the record. I thought the cover of the album was, eye-catching. And actually reminds me, this is Kendall, by the way.
Oh, great.
And then Emil is joining us as well.
Yeah, what's the comparison, B?
Well, okay, so the album cover for Violence literally looks like Kendall and her best friend, and I was like, "What were you doing a couple months ago?" You painted yourself in yellow, and I'll pull it up here so people can see.
Let me check this out.
What I'm referring to, and again, every great album has to have a great cover, and I know we live in a digital age, but this is an album that makes me want to get the vinyl of the record. You see it?
Yeah, I like that one.
Isn't that great?
It's very good.
It's like a disturbed Mickey Mouse vibe, right?
Yeah, I see.
A little bit. Yeah. What was your like inspiration behind the idea of putting together this record? Because I know you as an eclectic artist, so I know there's probably like something behind this album.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. If you've ever seen The Shining, have you ever seen the scene in The Shining where they walk by and there's the guy in the bear costume, like the bear mask?
The worst part of that whole movie. It's like that's the scary part.
Yeah.
No, totally. But it's that kind of thing where it's this one particular still shot that is immediately like uncomfortable, where it's basically like, what is happening? Why is this happening? I want that to stop right now, in that sort of thing. So it's a mix of that, and then there's a movie called The Holy Mountain, and the opening scene is this like kind of like weird figure kind of has these girls get undressed and then shaves their head. And it's just like, what the heck is happening? So what the heck is happening is really, and also very uncomfortable, but kind of intriguing. It's like, I want to look at this, but also what is this? And why is this? That's a good place to start with this record. I really think so.
Yeah, and I think that definitely captures the essence of the record, because it is like what the heck is happening with us right now in present time. I think you set the tone with S Show, the lead track going into it, which kind of equally chastise and goes after both extremes on opposite sides. And in that theme is kind of like this kind of like this pre-apocalyptic impending doom that some of us are all feeling, is kind of like you take us on like a roller coaster of calling out the nonsense, but at the same time being like, all right, well, if we're all going down, let's have a good time while doing it, right?
I mean, might as well, there's still beer in the fridge. Someone can drink it.
Yeah, in fact, actually, like I got a little mashup here of just some things that I want to play as a small little snippet and sample of some moments of the first couple songs. I could have spent more time in making like the ultimate mashup, but I'm not that kind of DJ, But here's a little bit of this.
Oh, what a beautiful time that we live in. Thank God we can say retarded again, because that was the problem that really needed solving, is the fabric of society is completely dissolving. All these egomaniacal phonies, I wish someone would fucking kill Tony, because it's hard to know it's the good times, it's the good times. Oh yeah, it's hard to know it's the good times, when it's the good times. Yeah, it's just the way. It's just the way it's done. It's just the way. It's just the way it's done. I play white water with my own inadequacies and such. Yeah, it's just the way. It's just the way it's done. It's just the way.
So that's just a snippet of just the first three songs I just wanted to share real quick, just kind of give people an audio tease. Because again, like it's such. This album's layered in, like, it's a punk rock aggressive, but very poppy at the same time. You worked with a brand new producer on this one, right? The guy who produced Fiddler?
Yes. No, yeah, the lead singer.
You could tell?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of influence. And I was listening to before, and I'm like, I can hear a lot of Fiddler coming through with this. It's so funny that you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've known Zach, who he's lead singer, guitarist of Fiddler, and I've known him for a long time. The first time that we played together was in the parking lot of Stinkweeds in Phoenix for a record store day to like 15 people. It was the kind of thing. The first time I saw him was at like a warehouse party that we were playing in LA. And it was kind of like a bunch of bands that sounded like, or a bunch of artists that sounded like Grimes. That was kind of what LA was doing at that particular time. Is everyone was just kind of like an ethereal, beautiful person who is just kind of like going, and then I saw Fiddler start, and they started, and there was like kind of people in front of him standing around, and Zach is like 3'5", and he just starts the set by immediately kicking the biggest person in front of him, and then just going into this like, you know, kind of garage punk riff, and I'm like, oh, these are my people. I like this a whole lot. And then when I saw they were playing at a record store day, I asked if we could play with them, and they said yes, because, you know, no one else wanted to. So and then within like the next year, they toured with the Hives. They became a really well-known band. So I kind of knew them, and then we got to play with them at the Crescent Ballroom. But then they disappeared off of our radar and all that sort of thing, and became a pretty well-known band and this sort of deal. But when we were trying to figure out what we were going to do for this record, I really have always appreciated how they can record their albums and make them sound intense, but you can still understand the lyrics. So I asked him basically like, hey, do you have any recommendations of people who, you know, can mix a record or record a record? And he's just like, I'm going to do it. Let's do it. I'm going to do it. And that was that's how that happened.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
You're just describing me. So stop trying to make it not be me, right?
Yeah. I didn't think that was on the table, so I was really glad that he said yes to it. And
I love how it's aligning. We have more with Robbie from Playboy Manbaby. Playboy Manbaby, they just released this album, Violence. You can stream it everywhere. They're actually going to be performing at Club Congress in February 17th, I believe. That's a Thursday. So you get your tickets now before that sells out. New Mysphoria is going to be on that bill as well. We'll have more with Robbie after these words, or you can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right. So, you know, we're bouncing back and forth from on air and then on the stream. And then now you can say like shit, fuck, wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle.
Whatever the crazy, you know.
Hold on there, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Don't say wackadoodle. Yeah.
Can I please ask about the Tony Hinchcliffe line really quick?
Yeah.
Has he heard this, reacted to it? And if he hasn't yet, are you hoping he will? Like, are you wanting a rise out of him, kind of?
You trying to start a beef with Tony Hinchcliffe and kill Tony?
I mean, that'd be really funny. It's more so just like it's him as kind of an archetype. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I do think it's really funny that, like, statistically speaking, just because of how specific it is, he will hear this. Which is really funny to me. Like he probably won't. He's you know what I mean? He's a smart enough show business guy. He's not going to be like, hi, I'm outraged. And that's not really his, like, you know, but I have enough friends in comedy who like actually know him and all that sort of thing that he's going to eventually have someone be like, hey, have you heard this shit? And someone's going to tell him. And I think that's really
your
funny.
Friends. It's going to be one of your friends being like, you know what? You should check this out.
For sure. It's just like, hey, I know these guys in Phoenix. You should listen to this. But it's just, I think that's really funny to me. In the same way that I think it's funny, like I've done like Arizona, like videos about Arizona politics, and I just talk shit about awful people and that sort of thing. And I know because they're such egomaniacs, they see this and they see me and they're like, who is this guy? Why is he dressed like that? I hate that guy. Why is he saying this? And it just makes me so happy to know that it's bothering them.
Yeah.
Like just on a fundamental level.
Yeah, and you do a great job of that too. So let's pull this up as well. So if you recognize Robbie and you're like, hey, he looks familiar, but I don't know Playboy Manbaby, right? And so what could it be? Well, obviously Playboy Manbaby is a deal, but Spaceman Bob is his other page, right? That has so during COVID, when Playboy Manbaby couldn't tour, Robbie, who is so eclectic when it comes to his art, whether it's cartoonist or like satire or any of that, he took to TikTok and was able to, talk about real issues that we're dealing with and do it in a satirical way that immediately connected with the online community. The guy, just continues just to hit it out of the park. Part of it is the aesthetic. When you see Robbie right off the bat and he's got a mullet and got pants up to his like nipples, I guess people's attention right now. Like, wait a second. what is going on? And then he has this like very intelligent kind of point of view and argument here. Let's see if I pull this up, Robbie. Which one? Give me an example video to click on. The Florida Detention Center one.
Oh, that's gonna be very unradio friendly pretty right away.
Yeah, that's all right. We're on the stream right now.
So I mean that will be that. This is very musical, but yeah, this is go ahead. Let's
Are you rapping in this one too?
Yeah, this is because I weirdly I have a few different sort of things. All of the like direct I'm talking about politics stuff is now on the Copper Courier or on Robbie from Phoenix, which is kind of like because I made like hyper specific local stuff.
Right.
Yeah, there's now I'm doing too many things. My world is confusing at this point. Yeah, so
you gotta lock it in on or at least
we gotta get the branding lined up. But basically.
It's a man of multiple personalities, right? So but this is one of my favorite
ICE, masked up cowards, honestly. They don't make us safe for free. It's just police overreach. FUCK-ICE, fake Gestapo wannabes. It's the new secret police. Fascism should rest in peace. You gotta be kidding me, taking kids from families and then telling me the tragedy is you hurt your feelings. Cause I'm feeling like y'all must be dumb if y'all think gun that you're the victim. With guns drawn, mass on, attacking civilians, ruining lives while not helping anyone. Listen, you ain't doing shit to secure the border. You probably know it's wrong, but you're just following orders. Of course you feel bad, you're the bad guys, and every day and night I'll say it twice. Fuck ICE, fuck ICE. Shit's an infestation like lice. Secret police telling me to play nice. You call yourself ICE, but all I see, well, that's a bunch of snowflakes. So take the masks off your face and melt away down the drain. That'd be great.
And nothing pisses these guys off more being called like a snowflake and a pussy from a guy they feel like, I know I could beat him up. It's so good. It's so good. You did a Mega Man cover too? Is that that's what David's saying? Oh my God, the Mega Man cover look.
I think it's just kind of the aesthetic. If I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The pastels, etc.
Yeah. So, and that's part of it.
No, that was probably MagFest, because MagFest, I got to go to with Spaceman Bob just last week. The Mega Man logo. I think if you scroll up, So I went to MagFest, which is it's a nerd festival that like nerd, capital N nerd festival.
Right.
That is like 25,000 people in DC, and I was just there last weekend, and it's like the wildest, like, furries, people dressed in anime hair, like really like just totally crazy. But yeah, they're like, let's get this guy who's from space, you know what I mean? And all that. So I kind of fit in perfectly in that sort of thing.
You're the leader of their people now.
Right.
Yeah.
So did they geek out on you? Like, were they?
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was really cool. I did a East Coast tour with a band called Bear Ghost, who's from Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
And so a bunch of people came out who saw us with Bear Ghost, because Bear Ghost is a super nerdy band. So a lot of people who went to that, it was the kind of thing where, like, with 10 minutes before my set, a whole bunch of people just showed up, and you could hear them talking, and they're just like, no, you got to see it. And sort of, and there's just, I don't know. And it was just, so then because of them, a whole bunch more people showed up, and it turned out really great. But yeah, I got to play a nerd festival.
Yeah, well, I feel like we're back on the air. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I feel like, and I mean this as the highest compliment, Robbie, you could headline a major nerd festival, any nerd festival around the world and stuff. They would look and be like, that's our guy. And all the coolest nerd I've ever known. And like Playboy Manbaby just put out a timeless record called Violence that I can't scream enough from the rooftops for you guys to check out. And as I was telling Kendall and Emil before you even came on, you're one of those few bands that I see happen where everyone sees Cold, right? Like, never heard of this band before, and then walk away from, mid-set being like, I'm a fan of this band for life. You win people over live. everywhere you go. So, you got another tour coming up. And, with Playboy Manbaby has evolved through different, players throughout the years. This lineup here is like a newer lineup than I'm familiar with of sorts. I mean, I know that you kind of been working with these guys for a couple of years. How do you feel with working with this current lineup has kind of like directed you into the sound that you're currently at?
I mean, it's been really cool. I feel like this is kind of our so the band is it's me and TJ. TJ is now living in Tucson, so you have he's a Tucson native and this sort of thing, and he's really kind of our Brian Wilson. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of he's the musical thing. So I just come to him with these I come to him with half a verse, and I'm like, hey, I want to say this insane stuff, and he's like, cool, okay, we can get this melody underneath it, and he really helps it become a song. So you know what I mean? We're really we're the two people who you're gonna that's really how the songs are made, and then we kind of piece together whatever else we can. So we still have Dave who plays trumpet and Chad who plays drums. Anytime we're in Phoenix, and occasionally when we do the weekend or stuff, but they both have jobs, which I don't understand, but you know what I mean? It's a different lifestyle for different people.
I think it's only a matter of time before you turn that corner, and this is the job. The Playboy Manbaby Corporation is a real thing, and seeing it, I mean, if you can make money in the music industry, which we're going to be talking with Peaches here soon.
Fantastic. That's really cool.
Yeah, you're a fan of Peaches as well?
I mean, the live shows insane, just as what an ambitious career and super cool person. It just seems like it's just making really kind of nasty dance music. It's just so awesome. Yeah.
Well, this is why this podcast made sense to us. I'm like, we'll get Playboy Manbaby and Peaches on the same podcast for alliteration alone. It's there, but totally. She's on standby. She'll be joining us in about 10 minutes. She got a new record coming out and everything else, but very, very similar in a lot of ways because you're not afraid to push boundaries. And then the live show is what you get.
No, the live show is what you definitely got to see with Peaches. It's the sort of thing of I had no idea. I you know what I mean? I'd heard a couple hits, but I had no idea that I was walking into a real theater immersive dance experience, and it was just wow, this is amazing. So I can definitely say that.
We're excited. She's going to be performing at La Rosa in March, and so we'll be talking about that. La Rosa is the latest venue here in Tucson.
That's the Charlie venue. That looks beautiful. I haven't gotten to go yet.
You gotta go. You got to perform there.
Yeah, no, let's link up a show. Let's present a headlining show. Playboy Manbaby will put together a bill at La Rosa. I think we could convince Charlie together to make that a reality. But yeah, it's one of the best sounding and best looking venues, I would think, in the nation, because you know how Charlie does it. Charlie will be a stateside.
That's a fact. I feel like the first time I went into this might be random insider Arizona kind of stuff where people don't know Charlie, but Charlie opened Crescent Ballroom, the Valley Bar, and then was half a partner on the Van Buren, and then now La Rosa. But man, when I went into Crescent Ballroom, I was just like, wait, you can have a venue where the air conditioning works? What the hell? And then it was just like, oh, I can hear what they're saying. The PA is not just all bass. What is going on? What is this? It was so weird to be able to hear. And I was just like, I didn't know you could do this.
Right.
It totally changed the game.
He did. And I bumped into him at La Rosa, a week or two ago. And I said, Charlie, you're on my bucket list, short list of people I need to interview. Right.
Oh, he'll never do it.
No, he said he would. No, he we go way back. He's like, beef, okay, whatever you want, man. And I'm like, I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna email you every week until you submit.
Have to cage him like an animal. That is the most secretive man. Yeah.
No, the reality is, and you know this, and I will say this, and for the people on the air, this man, Charlie Levy of Stateside presents music in this state. And the venues and everything is so influenced by that one man, the entire industry coming to this state, so much so from that one man and what he has done over his career. And he's given so much to this state that people don't know it. And his, stupid humility gets in the way where he won't take the flowers. And I'm like, no, I'm going to pin you down and give you these flowers. Yeah. No, we're going to have that conversation.
He always, one time because he did Viva Phoenix. And I remember one time I saw him behind the stage and he walked up and he was watching the set and he was having a good time. And I thanked him on stage and I was like, oh, thanks to Charlie for putting this whole thing together. And I looked back and I've never seen a man more mad at me in my whole life.
I know.
Like he was just like doing the hand across the throat, like you shut the hell up. Like, and I was like, oh God.
I know. It's like, all I'm doing is thanking you. You literally put this out, you pulled out your own pocket and made this happen. Your dream became a reality.
It wasn't for you. Like, so I never again tried to thank that man. Yeah.
Well, we're thanking him on air, and honestly, we're making that a reality.
Mad if he hears this.
I'm sending him a clip, and I'm like, I'm gonna get you on, dude. But again, Playboy Manbaby. Again, when you go check out this record, beginning to end, it's stellar. It's a 5-star, timeless record. It sounds like $1 million. Playboy Manbaby, Arizona locals, but turning into Arizona legends and all over the world. Follow them online right now, and again, mark my words, check out the record and let me know what you think of it. And you can see Playboy Manbaby live at Club Congress on Thursday, February 17th with our friends New Misphoria and a stacked lineup. And that's going to be a pretty good. How are you doing on ticket sales on that? Is that running right now?
Yeah, I think it's doing good. Like the whole tour's doing good. We did a headlining tour, I think in September of 2024. And this one's we're already selling better than like the day before the tour started for pretty much everywhere.
That makes sense, but that just goes to show. I mean, seeing is believing when it comes to your performance and your band. And I've never heard one rumbling, and this is from like an outsider's perspective, being in the crowd, listening intently. No one person being like, "They're okay." I've never heard. They're okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's always like, "What was that? Oh my god!" Yeah, it's be proud, Robbie. I'm proud of you. And to create a timeless record is such an impossible feat as a creative. And I really think you guys nailed this all the way through. So 5 stars.
Thank you. Also, I got to say, I really did have that feeling with the first time I saw New Misphoria. So I'm really stoked that they're on this sort of thing. Like that is a fantastic band. Just a killer drummer. And then just like, you know what I mean? For a 2-piece to sound like a full band, and they're just ripping. And it's great.
You know how hard that is.
Said yes. Yeah. No, I can't play anything. And I'm just like, dang, okay. Yeah. I've tricked my friends into learning instruments. Yeah.
We'll wrap it up with Robbie here on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/bfegan. Coming up next, we're going to have Peaches live on the podcast broadcast, so don't go away. Also, music on the way from Sick Puppies on Rock 1 2.1. Clear.
I don't know if we're able to talk to Robbie a bit longer. I got a message that she's about 5 to 10 minutes behind right now, Peaches.
Okay. That's
so
fine.
We'll probably go longer on our live stream, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I have Allison backstage. I could see Allison. Okay. So yes, thank you for that. And
I just saw the email.
Yeah. Now, did you? Where are you joining us from? This is your house, and it's your little setup here.
Yeah. I bought a house in Globe.
You bought a house? Look at you as an adult.
It's really bizarre. It changed my life in this sort of thing of like I bought a house for $17,000 that had like no windows, no doors. Like I had to learn. So now I can do electrical work. I can do plumbing. I can do I just rebuilt this house like entirely in the sort of thing. And now it's just like now I just have like a house, and I just made it this weird kind of like Pee-wee's Playhouse, kind of like like grandma's house vibe kind of thing. And so now I just have a house, and I have like a little studio in it and all that sort of thing. So I just drive into Phoenix when I need to and all that sort of thing. But mostly I'm just out in the desert. I'm just out in the middle of nowhere. And
that's how you buy a house. Because I was like, how are you buying a house? How is anyone buying a house these days? And you're like,
it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. This one easy hack. You just
get a plot of land.
You move to a dying mining town,
Yeah, that is. Well, you know what though? I mean, you're basically gentrifying it. One hipster moves in, there goes the neighborhood. Coffee shops and venues and all that.
No, I think that I truly think Globe is ungentrifiable. Everyone is very confused by me because there's like 8,000 people, so people start seeing you and they're just like, what the hell?
Right.
But like being someone, there's no one in their 20s or 30s who doesn't have kids, like no one.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, it's like it's either like if you're here, it's because you get like, you know what I mean? You work at the mine. People like ask you, if you go to a bar, they ask you like, so do you work at the mine or the hospital? Like, neither. Like,
why are you here?
Yeah.
How are you doing this?
They would know if you work at the Walmart or the Fry's because they would have already seen you.
Already, yeah.
Right.
So we almost bought a house in Globe like a year or two ago. We looked at one. It was like an old bank. This is like a freaking sick place too. It's like 2 stories with like vaults and stuff. And I don't know. I'm still kind of kicking myself for not doing it. Though I do live in Globe too, which is not so bad. I almost ended up in Globe instead of like Bisbee. My parents. I feel like I would have been a different person. I probably would working for the mine.
There's charm to those type of environments, right? So I would assume so. But for you going in there with like a mullet and a mustache with no kids, and they're just like,
people, I don't hang around school zones.
You're like, you swear? I swear, I'm just in a band. It's a look. It's a thing. It's a brand. It's not dangerous. I promise.
Yeah. No, it's really funny though, because it's just it is for sure. I mean, it's part of the reason this record exists. It's part of the reason like I can do a lot of stuff is because like I'm the least distracted I could possibly be. There's no new Thai restaurant opening up. There's no fun party that I'm missing out on. There's zero fun. I just get up and then I just get to work because it's like, well, what the heck else am I going to do?
Right. Yeah.
And then the cool part is, we're touring enough where it's like I'm in all of the cities that my friends pay a ton of money to rent in, so I get to be in New York a few times a year. I get to be in LA a few times a year. So I can drink it that whatever fun thing without paying $4,000 a month, to live there. Right. And then I come back and then it's just like, okay, cool. Let's get back to work. And I'm, 1 minute from the Fry's and 2 minutes from the Walmart. I'm living luxury Globe living.
So what do you think, now that you got this record out, you got a small tour planned, right? What's the rest of the calendar year look like for you in planning on this? I'm sure your management's pretty excited about this record as well. And maybe have some some things like kind of a brewing.
Yeah, we're playing a couple like small festivals on the East Coast. So I think we're going to kind of like this one kind of starts in Chicago, goes through Texas, then into Tucson, and then up the West Coast. So we're going to do a headlining East Coast tour. I believe that's the conversation that's happening. So we're going to hit the whole country headlining, which we really haven't gotten to do, and really just like because the show that we're taking out, the Corporations Are People tour. Is really it's a thing that like we've gotten to do in Arizona and in Phoenix where it's really like it's like a theater show thing, you know what I mean? We've done a lot of support tours where we're opening for someone and you got to kind of like get on, get off, like and then we've done a real formal headlining tour where it's like, okay, cool. But this is like it's going to be a whole experience. So I'm excited to do that on the road because we've never gotten to before. So
how many people you get involved to put that show together? Just the band and then everyone's like all hands on deck doing multiple things.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, totally. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. We got a community theater budget, but a Broadway heart, That's
our next guest will relate with that as well at some point in stage, right? Where are we at with
that? She might be ready. She was maybe behind, but I think maybe on time now. So
we're waiting on a seat, and I'll let you, Robbie, if you'd like to ask a question as we start things off to
join in on the fun.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd be too overwhelmed. That's like I would just be like, you're really cool. Okay, you're really cool. Thanks. Bye. Yeah.
I feel like you guys are artists that will cross paths some way. one way or another. But yeah,
we share a haircut a lot of the time, so that's
yes, you do.
It's pretty similar. You have a more translucent style, lacking some color. It looks like that.
Right. Well, Robbie, how about we do this? Again, kudos on your fantastic record. When you come down to Tucson on February 17th, try to come down early so you can participate and come into the studio. Okay.
Yeah, actually we can, because we've got the day off beforehand, and since TJ lived, maybe we both can come in and that sort of thing.
You should. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be really great.
Now we got to welcome our next guest, but thank you for joining us. And then Peaches, welcome to the podcast broadcast. This is Robbie from Playboy Manbaby. He's in a fantastic band and a big fan as well.
Hi.
And that was the introduction. Now,
great name.
Playboy Manbaby, you like the name?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
We can.
You know, it's funny, I'm wearing these ear things and they're not, somehow it's not connected to it. So I got to take them out.
Oh, no.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. All y'all, I can hear y'all.
Beautiful.
Excellent. Well, first off, thank you. We're going to get on the air here to do a reintroduction of sorts, but we're excited that you're going to be coming to Tucson, Arizona. We're excited that you're making new music again, after like a little 10-year sabbatical of, not putting out music, but I'm sure you've been like steady hard at work on all that. Robbie got super nervous too, so he jumped off, which is fair.
Oh, sorry, Robbie.
Yeah, no, he loves you. He was talking about how your live show is like an experience, and that's kind of like part of the legend of you and all your great work. So welcome to the podcast broadcast. How are you?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. I'm so glad that you're joining us. And all right, so the way that we do this right now, we're just online. We're going to be on the air here, so we won't curse while we're on the air.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then we're trying to get together some of these edits because I did get edits from your publicist and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clean ones, but it's difficult to do, right? I mean, when you write, like Kendall was saying, Kendall has been a massive fan of yours since junior high, right? And initially, like fuck the pain away, comes across her, radar. And she loves it at first because, when you're a kid, it's like, it's like dangerous. It's like, it's gangster, right? And then you grow into it and you realize the meaning behind the song. And then you get an added depth to it.
Yeah.
Which
that's really cool that you say that, because that's like, I want you to all grow with me. I want you to like hear it the first way and then like go, oh, wait, oh my God, yes. Yeah.
Right.
So thank you.
Yeah. And I imagine it's the same thing here with, this next batch of songs that you have, and you have a full album that you're ready to release on this, right? When is the album being released?
On February 20th, the first day of the tour.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then you're going to be playing La Rosa here, too, which we want to hype up here on the air. You're going to be so excited about this venue. I'm excited for you to play it. I don't know if you've seen. I know that you get a booking agent just books a bunch of dates and you're just going to be doing shows, but Rock 102.1 KFMA, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. On the show, a very special guest here. She is an icon, a legend, been, making waves in the music industry for decades. And on March
25th, she'll be at La Rosa.
She'll be headlining La Rosa. She is a groundbreaking artist, musician, and performer known as Peaches. Please welcome Peaches to the show. Reintroduction, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, so like I was saying about La Rosa was a former monastery that they turned into this beautifully sounding and beautiful aesthetic music venue that's brand new. So I promise you that it'll be one of your favorite venues that you do on this tour. But you have a brand new album that you have coming out February 20th, and then you're going to go on a tour. How many dates are on this tour?
In this first round, I think there's like 24 dates until the end of March. And then going straight like into Europe and then festivals and then back into America again. It's probably going to go on for like 18 months, this tour.
Yeah. Yeah, I was ready to get back to work here. I mean, you did take about 10 years like out of the public eye, kind of, right?
No. I didn't make an album in 10 years, but I definitely toured around a lot. I toured around the world. I did a lot of American festivals. I did a lot of European shows. I did a lot of like performance art, other, formations. I did a Teachers of Peaches, which was my first album in 2000. I did a 20th anniversary tour that was supposed to happen in the pandemic, but ended up happening 2 years later. So the 22 year, but so that was a big tour. Also, there were 2 documentaries that came out about me in 2024. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. It was just very busy. I could have continued as kind of a review act and just continued doing all my albums, but seemed like a good time for me and what I'm about to unleash, what I'm going to unleash to y'all.
Okay, so there's might be something that's been inspiring you, and you've been building a fire inside that you wanted to like talk about and get a message out there about.
I think I always want to get a message out there, and that is that people need to be who they need to be, and it's getting increasingly more difficult for many reasons. And we have to like fight to be who we are, not trying to be who people want us to be or to fit into what they want us to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, isn't it so shocking that, like when you first came out and you're doing your like career, you saw the trajectory of where we were going as a society, and it was going to a good place, right? You wouldn't assumed in 2000 or 2010 that we'd be back here with this new level of kind of bigotry that we thought we were kind of getting past as a society, right?
I mean, I don't know. I know that your area is a delicate place and everything, but we're in all-out fascism, and it's it's terrifying.
Right.
It's terrifying. And we are, we are people who care about people and about human rights, and we care about what other people think. It's not, I don't feel like it needs to be an us versus them. Let's care about each other. Let's have a good time. Let's have a revolution with joy, and let's all get what we want, not like shut everybody out because you want to be like the super white billionaire and don't want anybody to touch your money.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The majority of us, because we're, no one is in that position except for that super small class individuals. Do you think you need that much? Do you really want more?
Right. I don't think you're happy.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
To be happy. There's this like statistic that after a certain amount of money, it doesn't make you more happy. It will not make you more happy.
For me, it's $75, and then past that, it's nothing. But I get used to it, You got a question, Kendall? I know you do.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to hop on that theme of like this message that you're putting out. Like, do you think that this album, this message is kind of mainly geared towards the US, or do you think this is also a global message that you're putting out?
It's a global message. I focus a lot on North American culture because it goes so absurd and so loud and so like it feels like it's like this is how it is, So it really affects the rest of the world always. So, but it is a global message. It's also a message about like I am 59, so it's also a message about like, older women and let's go. Like my album is called No Loop So Rude because like we might be a little dry, but that doesn't mean that we need to fade to dust. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got a lot to say. And people are living older, people are living till 100 now. So we have to see our lives in quarters instead of thirds. And this is a whole new section. And there's a whole group of people my age out there who want to get behind this. They don't want to just sit down, and that's cool. And also young people who are like realizing what opportunities are for them or who can they turn to for this guidance or what kind of history that they can believe in or be a part of, like, and I'm here to help you with that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I got a comment here from Patrick. Said, love the cover pic Peaches has on her Spotify. She's wearing a shirt that says protect trans youth, I think. Is that what the shirt says? Yeah.
Yes, it's a latex shirt made by a woman named Amy from Aimless Gallery, and she her politics are so cool. She makes latex, but it's not just like sexy latex for perfect bodies. It's for all types of people, and she'll write whatever message you need to get out there on it. And she always donates parts of her earnings to the trans community. And Protect Trans Youth does not, it means, when it means to be supportive, to let people, people need to be who they need to be, not who they want to be. So we need to like support people in who they are and not make them feel ashamed. We already grow up being so ashamed of our bodies and who we are, and fixed roles. And I sound so serious, but my music is really fun, and I try and make it that way so people understand that this is fun, this is us, and this is how we can live our lives.
Yeah, it's a party, and we're going to talk about the party at La Rosa that's happening in March right after these words. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/BeFegan. Clear. Yeah. And so your live show, you're known for your live show. So when you come out here for this run on this tour, I mean, you're going to kind of continue to do what you do best, and that's put on an extravaganza and a live show, or is it going to be just more about the energy?
It's always about the energy. And the energy brings, it's about the music. The music brings the energy, and the energy brings the extravaganza, and the audience fuels it. And it's a powerful party, and it's something to celebrate. And, we need moments to celebrate right now. And we need moments to like feel together in community, in physical spaces. So this is going to be a great opportunity.
Right. It's got to be great exercise for you too, right? So when you're doing a set, how long is your set? Like 90 minutes? And then are you going through, dancing as well, and then putting on, the performance all the way through? Are you just drenched at the end of this every show?
Sweaty mess. Yeah. And
then
then
all
the first week is always just like, how did I ever do this? You're always asking yourself, how do I get through this? And sometimes you're in the middle of the show like, oh my God, I can't believe this. But then it just, you get into the routine and it happens. And then you see like a month later, you're like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Do you have any pre-show rituals to like get you through? And like, what's your routine?
My routine, I really, I'm really bad. I do not have a routine. I'm not trying to be cool. Like, I have a routine, but I don't. I drink like a tiny little bit of really nice tequila, but I can't drink a lot because I will get out of breath, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, a bathroom break really during the middle of a song. So,
well, you sweat so much. She said you can't take a bathroom break during the middle of the song, but I'm like, you sweat so much, you probably don't have to go to the bathroom. I was thinking more of like a biohack. You have to, at this point in your career, Peaches, I feel like you have to approach your live shows as if you're a professional athlete, right? Yeah. And what fuels and everything that you can to maintain that level of energy so you don't run on E, right?
You sleep a lot during the day.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah. It's all about sleep for sure. The sound setup and stuff, since your style of music is, like electric,
electro punk.
Electro punk pop aspect. So Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're back here with Peaches live on the air. Again, Peach is going to be performing at La Rosa on March 25th. Tickets available at larosa.com. So we're talking about her live performance now, with it being so electric and sound and stuff. Is the setup musically just DJs and doing that, or do you have any live instrumentation joining you on stage?
Well, I've done all kinds of instrumentations. I've never had DJs. I've had a tour. My last album was me being the DJ and the performer doing everything. Nice. I've also had full live bands. This one is more just going to be an incredible sound, but there's not going to be any musicians. There's going to be two other performers with me, and a lot of costumes and surprises. And actually my sound person, she's going to have, we're going to bring our own board with us and a lot of analog equipment, and she's going to be able to like manipulate the tracks. So they're going to sound really good in the room. She's very excited about it. So she's kind of like the non-performing musician.
Yeah. And you can do that now with the technology as it continues to grow. So that these tracks, you kind of bend it like a synth, how you used to be able to bend chords and everything on like a synth keyboard with a little wah, something like that.
A little wah pedal.
Yeah, they have a little wall on the side of it.
This is more just making it slam in the club, because it's different rooms and different sounds. And she's just so excited to have all those tracks. So say in this room, the bass doesn't hit as much or the high end, they're she can just control more of the frequencies. It's more frequency and also making it warm and big.
Yeah, like a nice little, well, there's a science behind the sound, which I love too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when you do this record, obviously, I mean, you have a catalog that goes deep, a couple, decades here. But you have a new record that you're proud of. So are you planning on playing all those tracks live when you go to the La Rosa, along with the hits that people know and love?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be doing them all. Yes.
Nice. Is there a song off this album that you're most particularly looking forward to performing live in front of an audience?
Well, there's a couple of songs I'm excited to perform that I can't say the name of the title. Hanging, and then the other part is a part of your body that I have two of. So I find that song really exciting to explore, because songs that talk about your perfect body, and I'm talking about my body now and loving it, and it's a really fun, high energy song. So I think that's going to be really a banger. Another song, No Lube So Rude, which is also just talking about the friction of the world and how we could use lube so that we could all just maybe see each other's point of view a little more and gel a little more, and also think about it in a sexual sense, how to enjoy ourselves, using lube, especially me being a post-menopausal dry woman. It's not a problem. A little lube will do.
Is there a specific brand that you prefer over the others?
Well, actually, I'm going to be touring with my own brand that's with Medicine Mama, a collaboration called No Lube So Rude. So that is my new FDA-approved brand.
Nice.
Is it going to be a water-based lube?
Yes, it's water-based lube. Yes.
That's how you know it's the best.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's even better too. And smart, obviously, being an artist of your caliber and been around, be like, hey, if I'm going to, put out the message, No Lube So Rude, then, the capitalist in me has to, be able to brand that, and that's merch, so.
I don't want to be rude, because that's the point,
Yeah, exactly. Are you going to be throwing out any sample bottles at your shows?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Is it peaches scented?
Ooh.
I don't know if we can get that far, but you know what? That is the goal.
I love it. Well, we a couple more questions and we'll let you go. And I appreciate your time so much. Are you the type you seem like the type of artist that kind of visualizes your songs, right? So when you put together a song and stuff, do you have a vision, a concept in your mind that you could see a certain?
I try not to. I know I get that question a lot because, it's such a performance. But, I wanted to be a theater director. That's what I started out as. I loved crazy 70s weird musicals, like Tommy and Phantom of the Paradise and Rocky Horror Picture Show and all the weird ones. And that's sort of my first love. So, it will always be a crazy visual presentation. But I don't think about it in the studio. I try to think about the lyrics and just, try to think about how that will stand on its own first, because it always comes from the music first.
Yeah. Okay. And a couple more questions, Kendall, and then we'll let it go.
Well, I want to challenge you. If you can only pick 3 words to describe this new album, what 3 words would you choose?
I would choose words you cannot say on your
you can say it now. We're on the stream and we can bleep it for the air.
Okay. I would say cunt. I would say powerful, and I would say fun.
In that order?
Yeah. Sounds like a
I
good
like
order.
it.
It's a good order. Yeah.
That's a follow-up album title right there.
I also want to ask about the remix that was put out last month in December with Only Fire.
Yeah.
And I was just really curious. I'm also a huge fan of Only Fire. So I wanted to know, it was perfect collaboration and super just genius. So I wanted to know more. What was that like?
It was basically a no-brainer. It was just because I love the way Only Fire is playing with this AI voice, this woman's AI voice. It's obviously not that person. And just, we tried to play with it with the visualizing and the video of like men saying that, like AI generated men crying and saying the lines, these sexual lines of this AI woman's voice. So I just think that we understand music in the same way. And they live in Berlin, so we got a chance to meet each other too, and just have mutual admiration. We also had Boys Noise also did the first single, who is awesome and always been supportive through the years. We've gone through a lot together, and they make such bangers. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and he's a lot of these artists too probably like cite you as an influence too. How's that feel? Working with all these,
It feels great. I mean, it's so funny. Like, I'll look up some music, I'll be like, I like them, and I'll write them, and they'll be like, "Hello, mother, we've been waiting for you."
Yes, exactly.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, well, I'm so excited. We're so excited to welcome you to Tucson again. I know that you're going to love this venue, and hopefully it'll be one of the highlights on your tour in a very busy year.
You just made me excited, and thank you so much. I am.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you for taking the time out to talk with us. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best in this album cycle and all the shows that you have over the upcoming year or so. And just keep at it. Thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you.
Yes. All right. That was Peaches, everybody. All right. We're wrapping up this podcast broadcast. Thank you guys for checking it out.